A few months ago, just before the start of summer, which is my least favorite season,
but it's okay,
I did a video that I called my 8 most worn summer fragrances of all time, and you guys really ate that video up, and I had a ton of fun putting it together. Honestly, it's my favorite type of video to film because it allows me to take count of the fragrances I'm actually wearing based on the numbers. Not based on guessing or based on presuming or based on taste, literally going off statistics here. I use Parfumo.net, not sponsored, never will be. And I've been using Parfumo to keep track of not only my collection, but also my fragrance wearing every single day. And then I can go back at any time and see the collective number of wearings for any given fragrance in my collection. Before we get into this video, I do want to announce something super special and super exciting, and it benefits you guys. Every year, FragranceBuy.ca, which is my favorite discount website to shop from and has been for some time, they put on a contest. They call it the Customer of the Year contest, and it begins today. The details are as follows. The contest runs from today, September 29th, 2023 until January 9th, 2024. Here are the prizes. Third prize, $100. Awesome. Second prize, $250. Awesomer. Grand prize, $500.
What?
$500. Not bad. Each one of these winners, if you are one, you get free shipping on orders over $99 for one entire year, all the way through the end of 2024. Wow. All you need to do is share your fragrance preferences, engage in fun daily tasks, and celebrate your experience with FragranceBuy to gain entries to win. Best part is there's over 15 different ways that you can enter into the contest, and you can enter as many times as you want. To incentivize the contest, FragranceBuy is offering a special discount code that you can use at any time. It's a special 20% off code, and it's here on screen. Every time you place an order, you get 50 entries. Just make sure you enter your order number in the contest. The link to enter the contest is in the description. It's going to be the first link at the top of the description. So, are you customer of the year material? Prove it. All right, back to these fragrances. Couple of criterion I want to get out of the way here. This collection of fragrances is not really an absolute in terms of the fragrances I would wear for the fall and only these. But for the sake of this video, I want to differentiate between fall and winter scents because I know there can be blurry line there, and I'm going to do that by only featuring fragrances that have a balanced profile. I'm looking for both warmth and an aromatic or fresh quality. I'm excluding the overly rich, dark, and sweet fragrances, saving those for winter, especially if they don't necessarily have an aromatic component. So with all that out the way, let's dive right into it. If I didn't already mention, but the title already did, we're doing 10 fragrances this time. Couldn't just keep it to 8. At the 10th spot, I've worn this fragrance 15 times total, and the most recent time I wore it was just 11 days ago. I love this and I cannot wait to wear it more, and it does have a flanker coming out very soon. I'll definitely be giving that some wear this season. From Argos, this is Triumph of Bacchus. Easily the top seller from the brand. This is a favorite of many, and it is perfect for the fall. The profile just feels like autumn to me. Even the color of the juice reminds me of the red leaves you'd see on many trees that change colors as the season comes in. And this is mostly a sweet tobacco fragrance, a very large boozy component that is smooth, a little earthy, but not really that rough around the edges. It's mostly a smooth fragrance. A little bit of spicy saffron and a lot of juicy peach and maybe even some apple in there. I think the fruitiness kind of makes it a little fresher, a little bit more transparent than it would be without it. And that's why I love this in the fall. It does have a little bit of this balance, albeit a little bit leaning more sweet, but definitely not too thick or too rich or too syrupy. Perfect for fall. That is Triumph of Bacchus from Argos. Use the code FRESH10. You already know, save 10% on any purchase from the brand. At the 9th spot with 16 total wears, the last time I wore this was 3 months ago. This is one that I'm kind of surprised I still have and enjoy, but it just goes to show this DNA is, I think, a timeless classic. DNA, it's going to be around for a while. One of the easiest to wear, most simple designer fragrance DNAs that is still interesting and enjoyable to me. That's not easy to come by as far as designers go, so this is really a special one from Dolce & Gabbana. The One, this is the Eau de Parfum. Nothing new here. But I've always enjoyed this DNA. I had the EDT years back. I ended up getting rid of that and replacing it with the EDP, and I'm happy with this fragrance. I think it's perfect the way it is. I know there's a lot of people who say, I just wish it was stronger or it lasted longer. For the function that this works best in, I think it is perfect for what it is. What do you think of when you think of Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP? Assuming you've smelled it. If you're like me, you think of date night or something more romantic or cozy or sensual or seductive. That's gonna happen in the evening time. You don't need 7+ hours with this fragrance to do that. That's more of like a 3 to 5 hour endeavor. I get easily between 5 and 7 hours on my skin with this fragrance, and that is more than enough. So I don't think there's anything to complain about with this one. I wear it in the evening, I wear it in the fall, I wear it when I only need about 4 hours, but that's just me. Dolce & Gabbana The One. I will be giving this some more wears this fall. It has been 2 years since I've worn this fragrance, but I have vowed to myself to give this some more love this fall. I'm finally coming around to it. I had to give it a break for whatever reason. I was a little bit tired of Iris, but this fall I think I'm ready to revisit Iris and really give my Iris fragrances some wear. From Dior, this is Dior Homme, the 2011 version, and I've worn this fragrance a total of 17 times, but like I said, it's been 2 years. I almost wore it today. I decided to go with something else. I'm wearing Material from Amouage, and that's also a great fall staple, but it's not really a part of this list. But this is a masterpiece, and I need to give my bottle some more wear. I've had it for years now, and I've worn it 17 times. That's no small amount of times for any one bottle in my collection that has been growing for years, but coming back around to it this fall. Let me know if you dig Dior Homme, the original. I know it's not for everyone. I know it is also hard to find, but if you have tried it, let me know what you think down in the comments. We got a couple fragrances from Creed. I haven't worn this in 3 years, apparently, which I kind of found hard to believe, but the numbers don't lie. Unless I forgot to track a wearing, which I don't think I did. I don't typically forget. This is one I will be trying to wear a little bit more this season. I have been featuring it in a video or two over the past couple months, so I am kind of itching to wear it, and I think it's perfect for this. This is Original Santal. I've worn this one 19 times. This executes that balance I was talking about so perfectly. Fresh and aromatic, almost a little bit soapy. There is a nice clean lavender. There's a fresh and cooling juniper berry in here, but it is kind of creamy, smooth, almost fruity in a way. Kind of like the bottle, maybe a little bit raspberry-ish, but not overtly. There is a creamy, smooth sandalwood, vanilla tonka bean. As it dries down, it is smooth, it is sweet, it is handsome, it is attractive. I can't speak for current formulations. I do have an older bottle from 2015. It performs great, more than I need it to. So if you have a bad experience with current formulations, nothing I can do about that. But I think this is a fall staple, especially for the daytime. It just has this attractive but clean quality to it that I think suits daytime wear. Creed Original Santal. At the 6th spot with 20 wears. It's been 6 months since I've worn this, so the last time was most likely the spring, maybe early spring, late winter, something like that, but this is perfect for fall time. This is Royal Oud. Don't worry about the name, it has nothing to do with oud. If you have not smelled this and you are not a fan of oud, I don't really get oud out of this. This is dry cedar wood with kind of a almost green dustiness, but there is this fresh, sweet, spicy quality to it. It is very dry though. It is so distinctive. It is very sophisticated smelling. Not mature in terms of age, but definitely mature in terms of demeanor. I feel like you want to be carrying yourself with maturity and with class when you wear this fragrance. I get a good 5-6 hours out of it. Again, for the occasions I enjoy it for. I don't need any more than that. I'm good with an evening out, 5-6 hours, classy, going to dinner. It's perfect for that. Cannot wait to wear more of Royal Oud this fall. At the 5th spot, halfway through 24 wearings. The last time I wore this was just 4 days ago. I think I wore it pretty much the first day of fall. Today's the 25th of September. So on the 21st, I busted this out in celebration. I was so happy fall was finally here. This is Second Soul, my fragrance collaboration with Zaharoff. It is still available. It is a limited release. If you've never heard of this fragrance, have never seen me talk about it, watch this video for more information. It's been almost a year since it's been on the market. We are coming up to the end of its life and the end of the time you'll be able to get it. As I've said recently, I don't see this lasting beyond the end of the year. So if you've been waiting or sleeping or thinking or pontificating about getting Second Soul, now is the time, especially because I made this for the fall. Because this is me in a bottle, I made this to be the most ideal exhibition of who I am, what I try to give to the world, and my fragrance taste. I love the fall. It's my favorite season, so I made a fragrance perfect for the fall. I'm not going to tell you what it smells like. If you want to know and you haven't heard anything about it, watch the video I just linked and learn more, and then make a decision to see if you want to get in on a limited time release that when it's gone, that's it. Second Soul. I'm really proud of this stuff. I love the wearing experience. Check it out. We got one more Creed. I last wore this fragrance 5 months ago, and I've worn it a total of 29 times. I did not expect this to be one of my favorites from the house, but it has become that. I smelled it when it first came out. I liked it, but I've only grown to love it more with time. This is Viking, a polarizing pick. Some people really love this, some people don't care for it at all. I happen to really love this. It does pay homage to more mature vintage fragrances that have come out in the past 30, 40 years, but it still smells perfectly modern to me. However, it does have a sophistication to it that I think suits the more mature man. I'm not talking about old, I'm talking about your demeanor, as I said. So 25, maybe 30 plus is probably gonna wear this with a little bit more ease. But this is basically a fougere, very fresh and spicy. Fougeres are perfect for fall. I'm glad I had at least one in this list because you gotta bust out your fougeres for the fall time. It is the perfect balance of freshness, of warmth, clean lavender, bright citruses, lots of mint, lots of spicy pink pepper, almost a little rosy in a way, and it dries down to some woods, maybe a little bit of musk, vetiver, sandalwood, some earthy patchouli. It's just a clean gentleman scent. Smells like you're fresh out the barbershop, but with a little bit of an edge to it. That's Viking. More to come. I've had 33 wearings from this legend of a fragrance. It has been about 2 years since I wore it, and that's a shame. I do have an old bottle that is virtually impossible to find for a good price, so I'm not in a hurry to get rid of this thing, but I need to start wearing it more. There's no excuse to just look at it. I'm gonna be wearing it this fall. This is La Nuit de l'Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. I do have an older bottle. Believe it or not, this is a 10-year-old bottle. This is a 2013 batch, which it's a long story, but I got it for an absolute steal, like literally 40 bucks years ago. And I've had it ever since. This is a fragrance DNA that brings me back. I have such great memories with this, not only just in wearing it out to special occasions, but it just marks the beginning of my fragrance journey and my YouTube journey, because that's about the time I got this and I have loved it. It's again perfect for fall. It does have a fresh aromatic quality with that lavender. It also has a sweet, almost cakey like warmth, fresh spicy from that cardamom, which honestly brings a very sexy quality to it. I think that's what gives it its alluring edge. Love this stuff, and I will be giving it some more love this season. Let me know if you dig La Nuit. I know there's lots of controversy around it in terms of current formulations not really performing. I'm not too concerned about it, especially because like Dolce & Gabbana The One, I think it works perfectly for its occasion. 3, 4, 5 hours. That's all you need. I've also worn this fragrance 33 times, but it's at number 2 because I've worn it most recently, and it was just 2 weeks ago. This is one of my first loves from a designer brand. This is kind of a fragrance I've become known for as far as my channel goes. I've been talking about it more in the past year than I've talked about it in the past 3 or 4 years for whatever reason. John Varvatos Vintage. Oh yeah, not gonna be for everyone, but this is one of the most well-blended, beautiful quality designer fragrances for a more sophisticated man that I've come across in the entire time I've been here. It is a standout. If you're asking me, it smells way above the price you would often pay to get this bottle, and we're talking sub $40 in most places. Hard to describe a little bit. It does have this kind of sweet aromatic suede, some rhubarb in there, some quince, so it's almost fruity, but it's shrouded in this smooth suede leather, very luxurious smelling, almost dark barbershop leaning in a way, but not quite that. It is its own thing, and I love to dress this up in the evening times when I'm dressed not completely formally, but definitely more upscale than this. Definitely like a darker collared shirt, maybe a blazer or something like that. I will throw this on and I will love the way I smell no matter what anyone else thinks. That is John Varvatos Vintage. And my top spot here, this is a very boring pick. Kind of honorable mention, I was gonna include my fragrance, Brass and Soul, because I've worn it actually more than this, but it's not available anymore. So it would be a tease of me to include that. It's not very fair. You can't get any more, so I'm not including it. So this is the #1 spot by technicality, but it's a great scent. I have a lot of great history with it. I haven't worn it in a year, but I've been kind of itching for it. I will be reaching for it this fall. Total classic, but again, nothing new from Parfum Marley. This is Layton. I've worn this 52 times in total. I had to pull myself away from it because it was just becoming my top worn fragrance every year. I'm like, you know what? Let me give this a break. Let me give other ones a chance to shine. But it's perfect for fall. It is almost a little juvenile, a little youthful, but a little bit more class, honestly. It does remind me a little bit of Boss Bottled, the original OG Boss Bottled, that kind of apple cinnamon vibe, sweet, kind of creamy, woody, but there's a little bit more to the skeleton. I would say there's some fresh spicy cardamom, there's some apple, some beautiful vanilla, of course, some fresh geranium. That geranium can be a make or break for some people, but for me, I dig it. I love geranium. It smells amazing to me. It can be worn pretty much day or night. During the fall, I get great performance out of my bottle, which I've had for some time. It can be a fall staple. It's easily a signature scent. If it moves you, if you love it, it doesn't move me, but I really do enjoy the scent. So I'll be wearing this a little bit more this fall. That's Parfum Marley Layton. Again, nothing new. Okay, let me know if you've tried the fragrances we talked about. There's going to be links to them down in the description beneath the link to enter the Customer of the Year contest for FragranceBuy.ca. Make sure you enter that. There's no time to waste. Start getting those entries in so you can be the winner by the end of the contest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.